video on Playboi Carti, I came across this photo that I thought was gonna make a great visual for an update on Playboi Carti's dreadlocks. And then I went down this rabbit hole trying to find newer photos of him, and I just got pretty disgusted with what I found. So instead of not making a video about it at all because of how sickened I was at what I discovered, I figured I may as well just put it out there and see what happens. But without further ado, this is the photo I'm talking about here. It was on DJ Academic's page somewhere, and it was just a photo of Playboi Carti with an updated picture of his locks. And what we can really see is that his front locks have congoed up quite a bit. He's still rocking kind of like a semi-high top. The back dreads are a lot shorter than the front dreads. But what stood out to me the most here was the fact that his locks are congoed at the front and gaining a bit of length. Now, I don't know if this is the newest photo of Playboi or not. If you go over to his Instagram page, it is pretty bare. I mean, the dude's deleted his DP, all of his posts, and he's got these weird figures. I don't know what he's advertising, like fashion of some sort. I don't know if it's even him underneath it, but he's on some Kanye West tip right now. So I'm like, okay, there's no pictures of him on his Instagram. Maybe a fan page is gonna show me something a little different so I can see what his locks are looking like. So I go over to his fan page, and what do I see? Him with his red dreads as an action figure. I'm like, oh, he's got devil horns on his head now. Like, okay. And another action figure with the black dreads lighting up a spliff, a blunt. But then I look at his hand. I'm like, oh, there's a devil on his hand tattooed there. I'm like, okay, that's weird too. And I look at this action figure. I'm like, oh, this is Playboi Carti when he had the blonde dreads. Probably one of his most iconic stages. But then you look at his chest. What does he have? Upside down crosses on the action figures. I'm like, fuck. This guy is really blasphemous these days. I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird that he's selling action figures like that. So I went in to go look a little bit closer. I'm like, oh, okay, this is this is a recent photo of Playboi, and it looks like his devil horns are a stage presence these days. What are his locks looking like? They're looking lengthy. They're looking like they're twisted. 2-strand twists as well. High top still, but you know, nothing too crazy. Very ordinary traditional locks. And then I came across this photo. I'm like, okay, this kind of puts everything into perspective for me. Playboi Carti is definitely worshiping Satan. Upside down pentagram, devil horns, goats, Baphomets. I feel like this dude's soul is way too far gone. Sitting inside a pentagram doing some sort of ritual. And you know, I used to mention this stuff about the rap industry, the music industry years ago on this channel. I kind of stopped about it, but it's pretty blatant that it's still going on. You know, there's a lot of weird things going on in Hollywood. Call it Holly weird more than anything. I mean, I'm just out here trying to find photos of dreadlocks. What is his hair looking like? And I'm forced to look across all this satanic ritualistic imagery. Why is that? It's ridiculous. Even in this picture here, his shirt says sinner. Look at his dreads though. Okay, I'm here looking for the locks, and these are 2-strand twisted, retwisted all the way down to the scalp. So clearly not being free-formed at all. But I do feel like his locks are getting pretty lengthy in this day and age. This look with the do-rag reminds me of Ski Mask of some Slump God. Do-rag and dreadlocks. And here's that photo of him with the blonde locks. Seems to be a bit more of his traditional look. The blonde dreads. Oh, can't forget about the devil horns hand signal. It's just crazy what people will do for fame and fortune, including selling off their souls. This photo looks pretty cool though. I like the way that his locks are braided back in this manner. You can see the rubber bands on the ends holding them in place. Very interesting. I didn't even realize that Playboi Carti was moving this way these days. I stopped listening to his music a while ago. I didn't realize what was really happening with him. But I'm definitely feeling like the agenda has got him. It's stupid. Perform Slayer. When did he turn so demonic? I didn't even realize that he was like this. And this is part of the issues why I don't do dread reviews on these artists so much anymore, because the imagery is all wrong, man. The imagery is all messed up. Locks looking fine. These ones here dyed red. They're looking a little thinner at the roots though, to be honest. Too much dye, too much bleach, too much maintenance kind of going on with Playboi Carti's locks. Very thin actually at the top. Actually, this whole area of his frontal lobe is very, very thin. The hairline is receding. That's crazy. Would freeform, maybe he'll become freeform Carti one day. That's what I'm hoping for. So of course the red here came after the blonde stage. And it looks like he's had red dreadlocks for quite some time. The bleach blonde. So I guess the question of the day is, which dreadlock hairstyle did you like the most? The red or the bleach? Or the simple jet black locks from Playboi Carti? And another question is, what do you guys really think about Playboi Carti's imagery selection for his branding? Is he blatantly worshipping Satan? I'll let you be the judge of that. But my answer is yes, clearly he is, alongside a bunch of other people in the Hollyweird scene, including the likelihoods of people much more elite than any rapper out there. Pretty much it. Today's tip of the day is don't bleach your locks. Don't dye them and don't over twist them, because you might end up like Carti here, worshiping the wrong god. Frig, I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys stopping by, watching this content, and just, you know, do us a favor and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on everything covered in this discussion. I'm gonna sign off. Peace out.